New Jersey's Garden State Park closed for good, but they left some animals behind. We'll explain.
Plus, the Sixers in the second round of the NBA playoffs. It's all coming up next.
I want my...
Remembering a murdered young minister. His killer is still on the loose.
A hero's parade for Regina Kaufman, one of the Navy crew members who was held in China.
And efforts to rescue cats abandoned at Garden State Park. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ren Scott.
And I'm Denise Saunders. Eyewitness News at 6:30 begins now.
Live from KYW-3, you're watching Real People, Real News. This is Eyewitness News at 6:30.
Topping Eyewitness News at 6:30, a special memorial for the minister murdered in South Philadelphia. Tonight, members of his church will gather to honor and remember him. Eyewitness News reporter Robin Taylor is live on Fitzwater Street with more. Robin?
Well, Denise, Nafis Johnson was one of those young people who wanted to reach out to those involved in drugs and violence and show them that there is another way. Ironically, it was that very violence that claimed the young minister's life. Well, tonight, members of his church will gather for a service in his memory. 2 weeks ago, 19-year-old Nafis Johnson was shot and killed as he rode home from a revival meeting in a church van. Since then, members of the Baptist Church, where he was a junior minister, have come together, united in their resolve to stop the senseless violence that led to Johnson's death. They have rallied in the South Philly neighborhood where he was killed, and they have led the push to find his killer.
People need to stand up and take control of the issues in their communities. If there's drugs, guns, and violence, they need to stand up to the people who are selling the drugs.
On Friday, authorities released this picture of 16-year-old James McAllister, a fugitive wanted in the murder of the young minister. Police issued a warrant for his arrest last week, but it held off on releasing his name because they were told McAllister would turn himself in. Instead, they think McAllister may have fled the area, and they're asking for your help in finding him. If you have any idea where he is, contact Philadelphia Police. Now, as for the service, it will be held tonight at the Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church, with services beginning tonight at 7 p.m. Reporting live in Grace Ferry, I'm Robin Taylor, KYW-3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Robin. And a young life was cut short this morning when a freshman at Lafayette College fell out of her third-floor dorm window. Easton police identify the victim as a female, Han Tischler. Authorities have not yet figured out exactly what prompted Tischler's fall, but they say they have ruled out suicide. Grief counselors are now on campus talking to students, and the school is now rescheduling final exams.
Police are still piecing together a freak car accident in which a 15-year-old girl was killed. Emily Gentry of Pottstown was run over by a Subaru Friday night. Now, Gentry had been at a party in South Coventry, Chester County. One of her friends was having trouble getting the car into gear, so Gentry and several of her friends were trying to push it up a driveway. But the car rolled backwards, and Gentry got pinned underneath it. Police haven't figured out yet whether anyone was behind the wheel of the car when the incident occurred. They found pot and alcohol in some of the teens' backpacks. Now, it's not clear, however, if that played any part in the accident. A firefighter was pinned between a fire truck and a hydrant in Lansdowne this afternoon. The firefighter had been hooking up a hose up to the hydrant at the corner of Drexel and Shadeland. Witnesses say the truck lurched forward and struck him. It was moving with enough force to knock the hydrant over. The firefighter is in serious condition at a hospital.
Lieutenant Regina Kaufman, one of the Americans detained in China after a U.S. spy plane made an emergency landing, received a hero's welcome today during Willow Grove's Loyalty Day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to...
Kaufman led the Pledge of Allegiance at the 8th Annual Parade and Fun Day. The Warminster Bucks County native was the navigator on the EP-3 spy plane that landed in China last month. Lieutenant Kaufman took this time to remind everyone that the United States military is much more than just her and her crewmates.
My 23 crew members and I have been in the spotlight for the past few weeks, but that there are so many servicemen and women out there today who deserve so much recognition and praise for doing such a great job, and as I said, who are proud to serve their country just as we were.
In honor of Loyalty Day, the public was invited to walk around the War Memorial Park. Kaufman was asked to be the Grand Marshal after organizers realized that she would be in the area today.
Flames raced through a rural Bucks County barn today, destroying it. This was a scene in Springfield Township shortly after noon. The fire reached 2 alarms before firefighters got it under control. 3 cars, 2 trucks, and 2 corn cutting machines were charred. The fire also destroyed corn being stored in a crib. Fortunately, there were no animals in the barn when the fire broke out, and no one was hurt. So far, no word on a cause. Well, Mother Nature has delivered again. We've had another wonderful, sunny Sunday.
Yeah, really spectacular outside, and here's Carol Erickson inside. That's Carol Erickson inside. She joins us now with first weather. Hey, Carol.
We had a beautiful day, didn't we? We had temperatures this afternoon that hit 67 degrees, beautiful sunshine, and right now the readings are still in the 60s. We are going to have a cold night ahead, though. In fact, some of our outlying areas, you could encounter some scattered frost with temperatures down in the middle 30s. It'll be a little warmer in Center City at 42 degrees, but some of these outlying areas may be on Monday night again, looking at this scattered frost. So be sure to remember your pets and also some plants that you may have outside that you can bring inside. I'll have the 5-day forecast coming up, and I'll let you know whether we're ever going to see any rain around here again. Denise.
We hope not. All right, thanks, Carol. Well, runners hit the blacktop today for the 22nd annual Philadelphia Broad Street Run. With the sound of the horn, the runners were off. More than 7,500 people laced up their sneakers and ran. The race began at Broad and Fisher in the city's Logan section, ending at the Naval Business Center. The first runner, check this out, finished the 10-mile race in the record time of 46 minutes and 47 seconds. That's 10 miles. Wow. At the First Union Center this afternoon, the 76ers threw a playoff block party for their fans. There were games for kids like this basketball shooting contest and the ever-popular face painting you saw there. Our sister station, 94 WYSP, was also there with a tomato toss. Die-hard basketball fans could even sit and relax on couches and watch earlier games.
And that's the way to watch a ball game.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
And still ahead on Eyewitness News, why a bad economy could be good news for the Jersey Shore.
Plus, thousands of people hoof it for a life-saving cause.
And later, tryouts for Eagles cheerleaders.